In my last video, there was a comment about anxiety, like chronic, serious anxiety. And I realized that maybe I have not addressed the fact that I too have really, really struggled with anxiety. And that's not a just completely in the past battle. That is something that I continue to work with on a regular basis. I am, if you check my medical chart, I am diagnosed with panic disorder, anxiety disorder. I don't know if it had any other label other than anxiety disorder, panic disorder, bipolar disorder. I'm neurodivergent, and I feel like I'm missing something I was gonna say. Oh, and there was a good chunk of time that I had seriously thought that I had a personality disorder, which maybe I did. But yeah. So why do I need to talk about it? Because I feel like it's not fair to talk about manifestation and not address all of the very, again, real human feelings and disorders and things that a lot of us are actually experiencing. I feel like a lot of these times that we see these people come on to whatever platform they come on to, and they're talking about manifestation, and they're talking about bringing their ideas and thoughts into the 3D world, that they always seem like they're so confident and they're so calm, and it's almost like they just knew what to do and they skipped all the steps that we're all going through, who are over here struggling with all this anxiety and all of this nonsense in our minds and in our bodies, and they just got to what they wanted. And that just feels really, the only word I have for it is just that it feels not fair. It feels unfair. It feels unfair to expect that of us when it's like, but I have something working against me, and I don't know anything about what's working against you, and how am I supposed to relate to you and feel like I could do the same thing? How am I supposed to feel like I can manifest the same way that the person who is coming on and, oh, yeah, I just want it really bad. And I know, that is not how they sound. But that's the impression I get. I think that's probably the impression a lot of us get. And I think that after a while, when our initial excitement about being able to create our own realities and it being a lot of a mental game, when the excitement of that wears off and reality starts to really hit, I think at some point we form a little bit of resentment towards all of the manifestation advice in general, and everyone who is talking on it in general. I don't blame you, because I went through the same damn thing. I went through the same journey. Oh gosh, it was probably around COVID, and I had made this decision. I want to be rich. I'm going to try again. And no, I did not get rich. Am I better off financially? Oh yeah, but no, not rich, not close. Not yet. But I had gotten this book, and it was the first time I had even, it was about money, but I didn't expect it to be about manifestation. In fact, I never even heard that term. I didn't know what that even meant. So that led me down into a rabbit hole before I knew it, I was listening to, oh gosh, oh, what's her name? Is it something Hicks? Abraham Hicks? Abraham, don't remember. Listening to that, listening to all the money gurus, so many people on YouTube who are telling you just contradictory things. Some people are saying, oh, we have no free will and you can just make things happen and control your reality. You've got people who are talking about all free will. You've got people that are talking about all these different techniques for manifesting things, and it always seems to be that you just have to visualize it and you just need to journal it and you need to do all these mantras. And I even got to the point where I was looking up spells that I could cast. It's just it's easy to get very hopeful and lost in that. But then when life gets real, and sometimes life gets really real, because some of the advice out here is that you just need to, give the money and it'll come back to you, and believe it'll come back to you. Some of that belief process takes years to process sometimes. Now, I hate that I said that because it doesn't have to take years, but I feel like for me it did. There's just a lot of mess inside of here that I've had to work out. And I guess I wish that I had understood that I needed to even enjoy manifestation. Okay, let's just go there. I manifest all the time. I manifested before I knew what manifestation was. I manifested my house before I had even heard of, before I even found that book. And after reading the book, I understood that, oh my God, yeah, I manifested my house. I manifested my relationship. I remember making an announcement to the gods. I'm tired of dating these jerks. I'm finding the one. I don't care how long it takes. And then I met him like a week later. But I lost track of what I was saying again. That always happens to me all the time. I forget what I'm talking about right at the good part all the time. Must be a sign. I think I remember what I was saying. That has to stop happening. Every video I forget what I'm talking about. This is video number 3, and every single time it has happened. So if anyone knows what that means, please share. I want to know what that means. But here's where I think I was going with that. So I've manifested a lot of things even before I knew what manifestation was. So you don't even have to know what it means to do it. But what I wish I had known, what I wish would be addressed in more depth. Okay, I think it gets touched, but not with depth. The fact that you can manifest whether you're happy or not. You can manifest whether you're a good person or not. And you can manifest whether you're anxious or not. But the quality of the manifestation, or the quality in which you see it, will depend on how you feel. Your anxiety will affect your manifestation. So, okay, I manifested my relationship. And then I continuously tried to sabotage it all the time, never believed it was good enough, tried to control it, tried to control my partner all the time. All the time. Did not believe that he could be what I needed him to be, and just continuously challenged him and made our lives a living hell in the process. I'm not going to lie about who I was. That's exactly what I was doing all of the time, because my anxiety made me feel like I needed control. Only control over my situation would make me feel safe, because I don't know about you guys. I can't speak for anybody but myself ever. But my form of anxiety comes with a sense that I need to dig my claws into things and really control them for them to work out. That's probably like my biggest battle, is a control issue. So with my house, I got this house, and then I constantly question, did I deserve it? Did I deserve it? Did I deserve it? Come with all this guilt and nastiness. How am I supposed to enjoy anything if I'm never feeling that I was okay to have it, or if I feel like it's not going to work out for me? So I get the manifestations, but I don't enjoy them. Or I'm busy manifesting things that I don't actually want, and so they don't work out, and then I cry about it. That doesn't make sense either. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I wish that I would have heard more on, first, the importance of cleaning up your inner world first. Do your, they call it like spiritual hygiene. Is that what we call it? Your spiritual hygiene, your emotional hygiene, your inner world. Clean it up. Do the shadow work. If you haven't heard of what shadow work is by now, it's pretty much it's that programming that's going on in the background of your mind. All those little thoughts that are coming in and you miss them and you don't hear them happening all the time. Start seeing if you can catch them. Yes, it takes practice. There were so many times where thoughts would come. I'm like, oh, that happened so fast. I didn't even know what it said. I don't even know what that thought said. It wasn't nice. I can tell you that. It didn't feel nice. But, yeah, you really have to do a lot of work on your inner world. You have to learn how to regulate your emotions, how to regulate your fear. I'm not saying, I don't want to say fix. I don't want to say fix. I don't want to say make it go away. Fear and your anxiety have a very special purpose for you. You need them. You need them in case you are actually being chased by a lion. It's just when you feel like you're always being chased by a lion and your body can't tell the difference between being chased by a lion versus someone who might not have actually liked your hair when they said they liked your hair. That was the reality that I was living in, where I was constantly anxious about, what did that person mean? What were they thinking? Uh-oh, I got a text message. What's it gonna say? What's it gonna say? Oh my God, 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 oh my God. All the time. I felt like that all the time. This. Do you feel that? Do you feel this all the time? Even if you are manifesting anything, that's not gonna feel good if this is the vibration that you're in. If this, well, see, I don't want to say vibration. I just want to say if that's what's going on physically with you, emotionally with you, if you are vibrating, which is why I said the word vibration. If you're literally like something in you is vibrating, I'm like shaking as I say it, that cannot feel good. How could you enjoy anything if that's what's going on all the time? So what I've had to do for myself, and I've kind of done it in a wacky order, but what I've recently finally figured out, because I am not 10 steps ahead of you, I am in the process, like I just figured it out within the past couple months, and I am now sharing it with you. I have figured out that, oh my God, for this past few years, yes, I've known to be working on my anxiety. I did decide 2 years ago, I want to learn how to regulate this. I don't want to live in fight or flight anymore. And it has been amazing. A slow process, but amazing for me. But only this past couple months did I realize, that overthinking that I thought was so good for me, it can be. I enjoy being analytical, but oh my God, I'm tired. And that's just another form of anxiety. It's like, I I have so many different versions of anxiety going on at one time. I don't even recognize them all as anxiety. I think that some of them are just, oh, that's just my personality. No, if it's draining you, it's probably a form of anxiety. And again, I'm not saying that you need to fix it, but I am saying that maybe learn to sit with that and understand it better. For me, a little bit of therapy. I happen to be, I have to be honest, I happen to be a pretty self-aware type of person. So I do a lot of my own therapy. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on shadow work, and I dive right in. Like, I enjoy that. Like, believe it or not, I actually enjoy that. I do not expect anyone else to enjoy digging into their deepest, darkest crap. But that is what I did. Okay? Maybe I was meant to enjoy it so that I could be the one to share about it. But in order for me to just feel better in life in general, I've had to do a lot of shadow work. Really figure out what's going on in here. What is all this? What is causing the anxiety? What are the roots of the various different anxieties? And then I have to be out in the real world. I got to be at work. I got to be with, friends, family, and I have to check in a lot. Okay, oh, I feel my body is having a response to something. Let's check in and try to either make a mental note that we need to think about it later, or take a break so I can think about it now. Maybe I need to sit and get grounded again. I forget how it goes, but you smell so many things, and you list so many things you can see, and you name something you can taste and some things you can hear to kind of ground yourself. It's like a whole exercise to kind of calm yourself down when you start to get really anxious. But definitely take a minute to ask yourself too, what exactly was it that I was feeling in that moment? Like, what thought was triggered or idea was triggered that caused that reaction? And then challenge it, talk to it, communicate with it. There's a lot of YouTube videos. Maybe I could cover it sometime on things that I ask my anxiety and the ways that I challenge my thoughts. But start looking into that. And I think that I don't want to say that your life will immediately be easier, because it is not fun to look into your shadow. Even though I personally will go after, whatever I'm feeling. I'm like, all right, let's dig in now. It's fun. It's a fun idea for me to go chasing after it. But I will admit that it also came with a lot of really big darkness. I won't lie about that. I went through some dark stuff, digging up all my crap. Relationships have been lost or severed because of it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, I'm not holding this very well. Yeah. So it's a messy process, but I guess all this rambling to say that do your inner work first before you're thinking about manifestation and trying to get the money and the house and the car and the job and the boyfriend or the husband or the whole dream. Because if you don't know how to enjoy it, just think about it. Do you know how to enjoy life? Or do you assume that you'll figure it out once you have the great thing? Because you won't. It is a skill. From my personal experience, I have learned that this enjoying your life, feeling freedom, feeling freer from anxiety. I'm not going to say I'm free from anxiety. I wouldn't dare. I am freer from my anxiety. I'm not as enslaved to it. I've come a very long way. And I have to train that. That's a muscle. I have to train that. I have to unprogram all the time. It was really deep programming that don't just go away because I get some extra money into my bank account, or that I get the job, or that I got the house, or that we got the car that I couldn't believe we got approved for, or that I got the man, or that the relationship improved. I still have to believe in myself, love myself. Loving myself has turned out to be a skill that I have to practice. It gets easier, but it's a skill. I'm finding that it feels like a skill. Managing, regulating my emotions, a skill. If you don't have those skills, it's going to be a lot harder to enjoy anything that you manifest anyway. So my advice is to practice regulating. Practice. I understand that you may have a even worse case than I was dealing with. Mine apparently was pretty bad. I have been told that people can actually feel my vibration. Oh, in the past anyway. They're like, I feel you vibrating. You come in and it's like, ooh, there's anxiety in the room. Like, you could feel it from being in my presence. You could feel how strong I was coming on. My seeking for approval with this anxiety was so strong that it would drive people insane. And I feel like sometimes that maybe that's why I didn't really make a whole lot of long-term connections. But if you can learn to regulate, to breathe, to sit with, to feel, to learn how to be uncomfortable. Not learn to live with it. That's not what I said. I said learn to sit with your discomfort is what I mean. Lay down, breathe, let it process, work its way through, remind yourself it's okay. Keep your inner peace the best that you can. Practice. You are not always going to be good at it. I fail a million times. That's just, you do. We're human. It's okay. But learn to do that so that when you do manifest things, whether intentionally or not, you can enjoy it a little better. Or maybe at the very least that you've at least, if you feel more regulated and a little bit more at peace, maybe you'll look at manifestation a little bit differently, like it's something that is available to you. If you're somebody who feels like, well, it's not available to me because I'm just way too up in the air and scared. I live in fear. How on earth would I ever manifest something good for myself? You can start by trying to manifest being a good self-regulator, deciding that, anxiety does not have to be in charge of me. It doesn't have to be in charge. Yes, it is something that we all have because it is something that keeps our body safe, but it doesn't have to be driving the bus. Make that decision. Follow whatever nudge you feel pulled to kind of help yourself in that specific journey. And I think every journey that you take after that is probably going to feel a lot better to you. Is any of this making sense? Because I know a lot of this is kind of a ramble and it's late while I'm doing this. It's like, oh gosh, I don't have my clock anymore, but I know it was like 12 something at night when I started it. And gosh, there's so many other things I could probably say about manifestation and anxiety, despite the fact that I'm not an expert in either one. But let me know. Let me know if this was helpful, what was helpful, if you like clarity on something, if you would like me to elaborate on something else or a different subject. Because even though I'm not a guru, I do not claim to be anything other than who I am and to know what I know, I do really have a strong desire to help. I truly and honestly do. So let me know. And I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.